A legacy of valor, the Spartan War and the rise and fall of an empire. Once upon a time in ancient Greece, there existed two powerful city-states, Athens and Sparta. These city-states were known for their distinct cultures, political systems, and military might. In 431 BCE, the tensions between these two states erupted into what would be known as the Peloponnesian War. The Spartan War, also referred to as the Peloponnesian War, was a conflict that lasted for nearly 3 decades, from 431 BCE to 404 BCE. It was named after the Peloponnese, the southern peninsula of Greece, where Sparta was located. The causes of the war were deeply rooted in the political and economic rivalry between Athens and Sparta. Athens was a naval power and dominated the Delian League, an alliance of city-states that it controlled. On the other hand, Sparta was a land-based power with a highly disciplined military known as the Spartan army. The war began when Athens, under the leadership of Pericles, pursued an aggressive foreign policy and expanded its influence in the region. This expansion alarmed Sparta, which feared Athens' growing power and influence. Sparta formed its own alliance, known as the Peloponnesian League, which consisted of various city-states opposed to Athens. The conflict started with Spartan invasions of Attica, the region surrounding Athens. The Spartans aimed to weaken Athens by attacking its food supply and forcing its population into the city walls. However, Athens had anticipated this strategy and evacuated its population, relying on its powerful navy to sustain its empire. The war quickly turned into a stalemate as both sides struggled to gain a decisive advantage. Athens, with its navy, controlled the sea and maintained supply lines, while Sparta, with its formidable army, controlled the land. The war became a test of endurance and resourcefulness. During the early years of the war, Pericles led Athens with great skill and vision. However, tragedy struck Athens when a devastating plague broke out within the city walls, causing widespread death and suffering. Pericles himself succumbed to the plague, leaving a void in Athenian leadership. As the war dragged on, Athens faced a series of setbacks. Its navy suffered a major defeat at the hands of the Spartan fleet, diminishing its control over the sea. Sparta, under the leadership of the brilliant general Lysander, launched a successful campaign in the Aegean, cutting off Athens' vital supply routes. In 404 BCE, after a long and grueling siege, Athens finally surrendered to the Spartans. The war had taken a tremendous toll on both sides, with countless lives lost and cities devastated. Sparta emerged as the victor, but the war had weakened the entire Greek world, leaving it vulnerable to outside threats. The Peloponnesian War marked a turning point in Greek history. It shattered the illusion of Greek unity and highlighted the destructive nature of internal conflicts. The war also led to the decline of both Athens and Sparta as dominant powers, paving the way for the rise of Macedon under Philip II and his son, Alexander the Great. The Spartan War, despite its brutal consequences, remains a significant chapter in ancient Greek history. It serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us of the dangers of unchecked ambition, rivalry, and the devastating impact of prolonged conflicts on civilizations.